fight for women's rights, fair treatment, and equal opportunities has been going on for a really long time. And guess what? This fight for equality has even reached the world of health, science, and research. For a long time, many studies and medical treatments focused mostly on men, leaving women's health needs overlooked. Amazing activists, scientists, and leaders have made big changes, but there's still more work to do. Even today, not everyone is treated equally. To make sure everyone gets a fair shot, no matter their gender, we need to keep speaking up and making sure everyone's voice is heard. Together, we can make the world a better, fairer place. Okay, let's rewind. Way back to ancient times, imagine this. Women in places like Egypt, Greece, and Rome were often told, "Nope, you can't rule, you can't learn, and you definitely can't be a scientist." But guess what? Some women didn't listen, like Cleopatra, who ruled Egypt, and Hypatia, a super smart mathematician in ancient Greece. But for most women, life was pretty tough. They were stuck at home while men got to do all the important stuff. Not cool, right? Back in the old days, women were pretty much told, "Nope, you can't go to university or be a scientist." But some brave women didn't listen, like Margaret Cavendish and Emily du Châtelet. They were total science rock stars, even though people tried to stop them. Then there was Mary Wollstonecraft, who wrote an important book in 1792 called A Vindication of the Rights of Woman. She planted the idea that women deserve education and equality too. Her ideas helped start the whole feminist movement. During the Industrial Revolution, women started working in factories, which was a big deal at the time. But here's the not-so-fair part. They were paid way less than men for doing the same work. Imagine working just as hard, but getting only a fraction of the pay. This unfair treatment helped spark the fight for equal pay, which is still going on today. Women were still being told, "Sorry, no voting for you." But then a few strong women banded together to form the women's suffrage movement, and in 1848 organized the Seneca Falls Convention, where women got together and said, "Hey, we want to vote, go to school, and have equal rights." But then, not everyone listened. It took decades of protests, speeches, and even getting arrested before women finally got the right to vote in 1920. Talk about determination. We're not stopping at voting. We want to be scientists, writers, and leaders too. And guess what? They did it. Marie Curie became the first woman to win a Nobel Prize. Twice? And Katherine Johnson helped NASA send astronauts to space. But even then, women had to fight for respect and equal pay. The struggle was real. Women were done waiting for equality. They were going to make it happen. Enter Bell Hooks, an amazing writer and activist who said, "Hey, feminism isn't just about white women, it's about all women, no matter their race or background." Feminism entered its third wave, focusing on diversity, intersectionality, and smashing stereotypes. This was about making sure all women's voices were heard, no matter their race, background, or identity. Then, in 1995, something huge happened: the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action. This was a global plan to advance women's rights everywhere. And then there's Malala Yousafzai, who stood up to the Taliban just so girls could go to school. Talk about bravery. Women are CEOs, scientists, athletes, and leaders. But there's still work to do. The pay gap? Still a thing. Women in leadership? Not enough. Women are still underrepresented in science and tech. Even today, women around the world still face violence and unfair treatment just because of their gender. These challenges show that the fight for equality is far from over. But here's the good news. People everywhere are standing up, speaking out, and working to make the world safer and fairer for everyone.